Anyway, Beethoven's brilliance really takes over now as he begins to grow new themes and melodic patterns from the tiny 4-note cell, which begins to change. A descending third, here's another third, prominent thirds, but it changes to accommodate the shape of the expanding melody. Here's a fourth, here's a mournful minor second. Then Beethoven chains together a series of these seconds to grow the melody, leading to our big cadence, ending on G, and then the unexpected F minor. But now the mysterious murmuring continues from top to bottom of the string section. The first violins, second violins, violas, cello and bass. This outlines this chord, a G dominant 7th chord, with the flatted note on top. We saw a lot of this in the 4th Symphony. This passage takes the concept of symphonic writing to a whole new level as the music continues to evolve into a major symphonic exposition. Now the interval is a fourth. Now it's a third. The shape of the motive is whatever it needs to be, as long as the basic elemental rhythm bop, 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 continues to propel the music. And now a series of suspensions like so. And you remember in Haydn's Symphony 102 how he used the normally expressive appoggiaturas to energize the music. Here, well, Beethoven uses this same appoggiatura, this suspension though. The appoggiatura leans on the main note. It's very expressive. And if you slow the music way down, there's your appoggiatura that suspends. Another one. And another one as it ascends. Another. But instead, Beethoven uses this sequence to drive the music ahead into the first thunderous passage of the work, straight C minor, driven by the repeated motive bop, 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 in the strings. And that tempestuous sounding chord is none other than our diminished 7th chord, guaranteed to increase the tension level in any dramatic music. And these diminished 7th chords can be pretty tricky. They can resolve in a number of ways harmonically, as we will see. In this case, this chord resolves like so. And we find ourselves in the heroic key of E flat major, and Beethoven wisely assigns this rousing passage to the French horns, and the effect is stunning. What's more, the motive has changed again. The interval is now a descending fifth, and there are 2 new notes added. These. So we now have 3 short notes and 3 long notes. We will call this the horn version of the motive. And even though our heads may be spinning with everything that Beethoven has done up to this point, he's still following the traditional sonata form of the classical era. And we've now arrived in the new key for the secondary material. And here the contrast in key is very effective, since Beethoven has moved to what we call the relative major key of C minor. You just slip up the C minor scale a few steps, and you arrive in E flat major. It's called the relative major because both C minor and E flat major have 3 flats in the key signature. I used to play in 3 flats. I got thrown out of all of them. Anyway, so we're now in E flat major, and the lovely lilting grace of this secondary theme could not be more welcome. And you heard how Beethoven uses sequences to extend the melody. But did you also notice what was happening in the cellos and basses? This. There it is, the omnipresent 4 notes now serving as the bass line. and maintaining just a hint of the music's tension. Again, this is real symphonic writing. And that underlying tension now leads to a new extension of the lyrical theme. And as it repeats, two things happen to ramp up the intensity. Harmonically, what else? A few diminished seventh chords. And our powerhouse motif in the bass. But as I said, those diminished seventh chords can lead anywhere. And here they take us out of the gloom, back to our heroic E-flat major. And pow! The main motif has now become a dance. The long note isn't there. It's a continuous stream now of short notes in a new melodic version with appoggiaturas on the strong beats. And the riotous energy takes over. And a chugging bass line. And just as the first big climax had thundered out the main motif in C minor, the same thing happens here, but now in the joyous key of E-flat major to conclude the exposition with full, emphatic repetitions of the motif. Here is the whole passage. And the emotional journey of this music, from the stark, ominous, shadowy, to unbridled, life-affirming joy in less than 90 seconds, is something that no other composer would ever have attempted, much less accomplished. So now you have some basic idea of how Beethoven created this awesome exposition. And here it is.